qualifying 12th for the meeting, but pole for this one is Ethan Lennon, with another Ethan Carney alongside. Harney Sadiq and Lewis Werrell next up from Scott Kin Lindblom and Cash Felber on row 3. Fourth row, George Proudfoot-Nolder from Joseph Smith, Ethan Jeff Hall and Jarrett Clark on row 5. They're followed by Theo Palmer and Dries van Langendonk, yesterday's winner. Cole Hewitson next up from Jabba Al-Sabah, Alfie Slater and Ella Lloyd back with us on row 8. Adam Al-Azari and Vegard Clementson on row 9. Mate Kobahidze next from Kit Bolofsky, Henry Mercier and Chiara Battig, followed by Roman Felber and Cameron Nelson. Next up, our onboard, Tommy Harfield. Jackson Wolney is alongside him. Then it's Timo Jungling, Pieter Ojakovski and Sun Anju, followed by Daniela Sutton on row 15. And the grid completed by Leon Headforce. Very, very strong grid, as you can notice here, 31 cars. I think there'll be more additions, I think, for the GP meeting, which is a non-BTCC weekend for those of you who follow us regularly on BTCC. A little bit of debris on the track, which the drivers will use the sighting lap to evaluate.
Yeah, it's a shame it's not been cleaned in between races, but there we go. Makes it more exciting for us viewers, especially when they come through Coppice with cold tyres hitting some of that gravel. But yes, let's see what Harfield can do. It was an amazing effort from about 22nd, I think, on the grid.
Yeah, he gained 14 places. That was a hard-earned single point in the championship. But we've got a songwriter's front row, very nearly, Lennon and E. Carney. We're nearly
two
there.
Ethans as well.
Two
three
yeah.
Ethans in this race, isn't there?
There are, yeah. We're having to sort those out. Sort of formally Ethan. At the moment. No, three's not that many, is it? But
with Lennon on pole, that's all 3 poles for Rodin. That's a good effort for the champions from last year.
Yeah, team champions. That's what it's about, isn't it? Team champions. It's Leon Headforce who starts at the back. Had a good race yesterday, made up a good few places. But anyway, let's see how this goes with Lennon and Carney on the front row. Harney Sadiq on row 2 with Lewis Werrell for JHR on row 4. And here we go. I think there's some nerves at the front row. Cash had a good start there for Vortec.
Yeah, Lennon did actually get away in the end, but it did look like slow starts from a lot of the field. But with the new light system, it's a little bit tricky. As we've got contact there with Lindblom, and was that one of the JHR cars, and that's taken out as well.
That's Cash Felber.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be a safety car, so Felber's going to get going again. But it's Carney further back. There's another one as well. Yeah, we've got is that an Argenti?
Yeah, it's the 88. That's Vegard Clementson, isn't it, in the 88?
Yeah. He's got a lot of damage there, so we are going to see a safety car for sure. But Lennon is leading at the minute.
He is, yeah. Eventually got it away, as you said. Tough start. And do you know what? With the 30-odd car, I know it's only the top 12 that are reversed, rather than the whole grid we had. There is Vegard Clementson, the Norwegian driver. Sani Sadiq.
Yeah. So Lindblom had contact with Sadiq. So I saw that Lindblom, we'll see a replay, but he went down the inside going into turn 1, and there Sadiq tried to close it off. So yeah, there was a little bit of contact there, which has wiped him out the race, unfortunately. But I think Lindblom carried on. But then further on after T1, there was some more contact, as you can see, with another 2 cars. That's one of the high-tech cars, isn't it?
Yeah, just out of shot at the moment. But yeah, Harney, disappointment for him. He was running very close. One of the things we start to do as the season goes on is look at who the top runners are in each team, because you obviously the drivers compare themselves to their teammates. And Harney Sadiq was very close to Lewis Werrell. That's Adam Al-Azari.
Al-Azari, yeah, he's out of the race as well. That's quite a bit of damage as well.
That's,
so let's see what
a shocker for points for him, isn't it, in this one as well?
Yeah, it is, yeah. So Lennon got away eventually. Yeah, it's actually quite a good start.
Werrell was a little bit slow off the line, wasn't he?
Yeah, Cash Felber did a good job as well. He got along with Carney, his teammate. But you can see down the inside there from Lindblom.
Yeah.
Oh, and then there was big contact there with the Vortec car Felber. And then further on, we can't quite see it in this shot, but we'll see it in this one, where we see another incident as they come out of T1. So there's the incident at the first one. The next one, which involves Al-Azari. Oh, big contact there. Broken suspension.
Yeah.
Everyone trying to avoid him. Do you know what? That's not a nice one, where he's sideways in the middle of the track when everyone's trying to get around him. So I'm pleased that there was no contact. We'll see a lot more here with Harfield.
Yeah, Harfield quite a way back, gets off the line well. Tommy, a good starter, a good racer as well, as we saw yesterday, was 14 points gained. Goes past Chiara Battig, who's on the inside in the second of the Red Bull cars. Now he's getting up into CDR teammate territory.
Yeah, that's Mercier ahead there.
Yeah.
Everyone there. Oh, look at this. Avoiding it very well, all of them. Mercier got through his teammate as well. Harfield made up a few places from all those incidents. Yeah, that was, we got a red flag by the looks of it. Yeah, red flag. So we're going to clear up the carnage and get going again in a few minutes.
Getting ready for our restart countdown, well underway, as you can see. And first turn bunching, I think we call it speedway terms anyway, called first turn bunching. With the amount of cars that we got on the grid, very, very busy grid, and it is the biggest entry for British F4. Tommy Harfield goes back to his original slot, so all the work that Tommy did on that first start effectively goes to naught. 25th slot on the grid?
Yes, it is. Yeah, he's 25th. The one in front is Felber, Roman Felber, who's not there.
He's got some spaces he can slot into.
Yeah, exactly. Both Felbers are actually starting from the pit lane by the looks of things.
They're twins, I had to.
Yeah. My brother's in the pits, I'm going to follow. They both had their separate incidents in the first start of the race, and yeah, unfortunately had a bit of damage, so we can just see them there. And we've also got, I think it's Smith there in the Virtuosi car, who's also starting in the pit lane. So these guys can't actually do this green flag lap, so they're going to be having very cold tyres. So they'll do the green flag lap now. They'll all come back to their grid slot. These three that are in the pits will stay there on freezing cold tyres. So
you're not painting an optimistic picture.
No, I'm not. Yeah. It's not going to help them at all. So they are going to struggle at the start of the race because they've got to wait for everyone to pass the end of the pit lane. Then they'll be released, and then they'll have to generate some heat in the tyres as quickly as possible to try and catch up the field.
Yeah, probably not going to get into the points in this one, but now the question is, this would be one for Ben, the PR guy who looks after us. If they're starting from pit lane, is that classified as their start? Are they then going to get points for every position they make up as they come through, or is it from where they should be on the grid?
Good question.
That's a good question.
Yeah. I would say that it's even more impressive if you come from the pit lane and overtake that.
So you get more points.
Exactly.
Double points in next year's championship regulations.
Yeah. So yeah, the two Fortec cars and the Virtuosi car of Smith. So we've got a few missing from the front. So yeah, the Felber, Smith, and we've also got Sadiq, who's not going to be starting this. Neither is Clementson, who's the Argenti driver, number 88, who was also taken out of that race. But let's see if we can have a clean start for this restart.
Fingers crossed. It'll be nerves. The good thing of the restart is the drivers who might not have had a front row start in F4 at this level before have now got one under their belt, and they obviously escaped that one with any damage. So they will be okay to get going.
They'll feel a lot better, a lot more comfortable now they've done one. So yeah, a little bit more heat in the tyres as well. So let's see if they can all get off the line and see if Lennon can do the job, just like he did in the first one. It wasn't the quickest of starts, but he did get into the lead and was doing a great job. And we'll also see this man Harfield, as he's coming through the chicane, generating as much heat as he can into the tyres as he lines up onto his grid slot, and everyone trying to make sure they find their grid slot. It's going to be more difficult for Harfield because he's actually got to leave one in front of him now, which he is doing very nicely.
That's good. So it's the young South African Ethan Lennon on pole position. Ethan Carney, the American, for Fortec alongside. And then the Englishman, Lewis Werrell, is P4 on the grid, but starts third with Harney Sadiq not taking the restart. Our new lighting sequence is complete. We're away, and this time much better start by Lennon.
Great start from Lennon there, and you can see Langendonk as well. I saw he got a great start. He's made that's 2 or 3 places there. So he's definitely going to be scoring some good points if he can stay on the track and just keep picking them off one by one. As you can see, they're just running a little bit wide, which is not going to be keeping the timekeepers very happy with and the stewards happy with the track limits.
Is that Lindblom coming up into 2?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
what
the Red Bull car.
Scott King Lindblom.
He did actually have no one in front of him because obviously Sadiq was there. He disposed of him early on in the race,
even though he caused the original problem or part of it.
So he's up to P2. Great job from him for the high-tech driver.
There we go, so he could be battling for a win in this one. There is Werrell in 10th position, side by side, in car number 10 for 4th position.
Oh,
another car.
That's Slater, isn't
Slater,
it?
yes, the second of the black and white roadie cars, 27. He's having a frustrating weekend, isn't he?
He is, yeah. Unfortunately, it's not been a great one for him. It's very, very close as they're running down the back straight there. and Langendonk is trying to make a gap to get through as there's 3 abreast going into the chicane. They all get through nicely. Now it's Langendonk going to get a run on both of them.
He does. Passes Proudfoot Nolder. Now he's going to go round the outside of Ethan Jeff Hall. And let's see whether he can make that position up 3 wide. Here comes out wide.
Jeff Hall.
Go for the sweep. Jeff Hall there pops himself in front of this group.
What a great move from Jeff Hall. He was under pressure from Langendonk, but he had to get past the Vortec car, so he decided just to send it round the outside. So brilliant driving from him. Now Langendonk is coming through. He's not going to have the inside line, but he is through.
Yeah, Van Langendonk, superb stuff. I think we're going to get a safety car again, and hopefully not another red, because they might throw the race out if we get another red flag. So they've got to behave themselves. Certainly giving Clerk of the Course, Andy Butler, a lot to have to worry about. So Scott Stringfellow at the controls will pace the cars down. Kieran Salmon alongside him, his navigator or assistant, call him what you will, but
it's one car, so and there is a gap in the fence there, so I think they can drag that off the track very easily and get this race underway again.
That's Sun.
Alex Sun. Yeah, he's one of the other Argenti cars, so he's out of the race for some reason. Let's see what Harfield does off the line. Another good start there. As you can see, he's starting to gain some time on Batig and get past her round the outside. His teammate Mercier is on the right of him now, so another lock-up. Obviously cold tyres. Mercier on the right there, his teammate running side by side through T1, so it is pretty close between the CDR cars, and Harfield didn't quite get the run, but he's definitely made up some places.
He has. He managed to get past him before the end of the lap, by the look of it. Harfield up to 15th now on the screen, so he's picking up some championship points, which will be key. Let's look ahead.
See what happens with Slater. There's a big lock. Oh no, I don't know whether there was any contact. We saw a plume of smoke. That's how Harfield managed to get past his teammate Mercier. Mercier was obviously distracted by the incident, and Harfield goes on the outside into Coppice and now has the slipstream of the car in front, so then we have the safety car.
I mean, you're always looking ahead, aren't you? I mean, talk us through the 2 different drivers' perspectives there from the onboard that we were looking at. Well, maybe we'll come to that and talk about the off first. Is that just a lock-up?
Yeah, so he's tried to go to the outside, and unfortunately changing direction that quickly from the car in front of Ella Lloyd. He's on cold tyres, so unfortunately he's just snatched the front left, I think it was, and unfortunately sent himself into the gravel, which not ideal for Alfie. He deserves more. He's been quick in testing. There he is. He's going to be very disappointed with that. He's been doing a great job getting up to speed after joining F4 from Ginetta Juniors. Won a lot of races in Ginetta Juniors last year, and he needs to make sure that he keeps his head up and comes back stronger later. I think maybe 2 years of F4 wouldn't do him any harm either, just to keep learning.
That's what about first year, very much. I mean, you were saying that to the youngsters on the media sessions about, some rookies can come in. Obviously, Van Langendonk's coming in and can do this, but for most drivers in most formulae, it's going to be a 2-year plan. It
always has been in the past. It depends on the level of the driver, of course, but yeah, it's...
sorry, Phil, I was just going to say, wasn't that a lovely touch by the marshals to let him sit down, just compose himself?
Yeah.
Our marshals, they don't just clear up, they look after the welfare of the drivers.
Yeah,
that was lovely.
They always want to make sure that the drivers are safe and all good, especially when they're so young as well. Don't forget, this is a category that you can start when you're 15 years old, so these lads are very young.
My apologies, I've cut across you there, talking about the 2-year point.
Yeah, exactly. No, it always used to be a thing. I remember back in the day when Formula Renault used to be on this package instead of F4. Lewis Hamilton, he did 2 years. I think he finished 3rd in year 1 and he won it in year 2. Then he moved on into Formula 3. He did 2 years of that. He managed to do 1 year of F2, which was GP2 back then, because he won it in his first year, and then made his step to F1. But yeah, going back to the 2-year thing, that was normally quite common. Now you've got more categories, so you've got Freca that you can go and race in Europe. You've also got the Italian F4 and other regional F4 championships if you wanted to move on to another one, to learn some European circuits before you do your F3 and F2 years in single-seaters.
Yes, a good varied ladder that drivers can do, and a fair bit of choice, and you have to guide, I mean, you particularly have to guide drivers through that.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, you've got to try and pick which category to do. I think we're underway here.
Yep, so we're back racing, round 2 of the championship. It's Lennon from Scott Kim Lindblom, who gets closer, of course, by virtue of the safety car. Lewis Werrell next up, Ethan Jeffhall in fourth, Van Langendonk next up, Ethan Carney in the 53 has dropped back a little bit from his start, and he's got Theo Palmer right behind him. That's Jungling, Jungling is out.
He's it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's broken down, doesn't it? It's in on the straight before the race got underway. So I'm not sure what happened there, but yeah, we've got a good battle further on with one of the Virtuosi cars, and also that Hewitson there.
See whether Cole Hewitson can make up. There is the Carney base. Hewitson looking around the outside of Carney at the moment, with Jarrett Clark in 55 right behind them as well. We switch to Tommy Harfield. Safety car coming out again. This race punctuated for these drivers.
Yeah, it's not ideal, is it? But we have to be cautious of things like this, especially if there was a car stranded on the back straight, which I'm sure is just before the chicane. So let's just see exactly what happened as the race got underway. It was it looked like quite a late. Oh no, there's a big incident. So that's Batig.
That's Jungling's car, isn't it? That's stopped or slowed down there.
Yeah,
with the green camera cowling on it.
Yeah, we'll have to have another look at that to see if.
I don't think anyone hit it, but it definitely caused a little bit of chaos at the back. Probably a good job that failure wasn't further up the grid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, real shame. That was one of the CDR cars that got caught out there. I think that was Peter, is it?
Oriovsky. Oriovsky.
I'll leave that one to you.
The driver, the PR team did a little video, didn't they, of everyone saying the names, which did help us.
I think that's what we've just seen there is part of it. So everyone was bunching up as they're about to go green through the chicane, and that's what's caught a few of them behind out.
Okay.
You see Hartfield here as trying to get past Belovsky. I think he's going to get the undercut.
The classic one.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant driving from Hartfield there. So Belovsky's lost a place, Hartfield's gained one, and then shortly after this we had the safety car. So let's see. I don't know whether there would have been some contact. I'm not sure, unless it was starting to, something was failing as they're about to go green.
There's a little telehand that bounces along. I want the Thunderbirds in tune with the bounces. You know what I mean? There's Jungling. So that's a shame, isn't it, for Jungling? He's an overseas name, but registered British by birth, so he's running the Union flag on the back of the car for JHR.
He's a very good karter. I don't think he's not got the most money behind him, but he's a very good karter, and I know his name was being thrown about in F4 before he actually signed to drive for JHR. I think we're going to see some great things from Jungling. Obviously not this race, hopefully later on today and later on in the season we're going to see some great results.
I'm going to go back to a point we were making for the first start of this one, where we had the incident where Slater went off and we saw Tommy Harfield make the move on Henry Mercier. And Mercier, there was more reaction, wasn't there? Was there more reaction from Mercier simply because he was closer to the Slater incident? Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So obviously, when you see a lockup, when you're immediately behind the car, you're going to try and avoid it, and that might mean either turning more away from it or braking harder for the corner. You don't know where that car is going to go when he initially locks up. So yeah, I think that's part of it. And obviously Harfield was a bit further back, so we could read the situation a little bit clearer, and therefore get the run on his teammate.
To do that, where have we got? Mercier's down in 17th at the moment, the young American driver. Lots of drivers, again, you get to chat to these guys. Some of these youngsters, you're talking 15, 16, 17, you can come into F4 at 15 years of age. And a lot of them, some of them stay with family over here. I know some of the overseas drivers have got family that are here, but some stay with, mentors or, people that are looking after them. Say carers is the wrong word, but sort of they get looked after. Yeah. And some of the older teenagers are actually on their own.
Yeah, they
live on their own. And the maturity from these youngsters is incredible.
Yeah, they come over, and the teams normally look after them. So because there's so much sim work that goes on in between races, they have them living near the factory and coming into to use their sim. To talk to their engineers, to learn a little bit more about how the season's going to unfold, so that they can be around, ready for each race, and be around the team that they're involved with. Some of them travel though. The Merciers, they go back. They live in Spain.
Oh, right.
So they fly back in between each race and each test. So yeah, it just depends on each person's circumstances.
was Timo Youngman we saw out of the car safe and well. And yeah, coming back to that point, Cole Hewitson, who I think lives in Sunningdale, he was telling me at the moment, but the team are based in Wokingham, so he's sort of down there doing lots of sim work, as you say, and probably helping out other people with the XL team. Nice to see Cole back. He's a little character, isn't he?
Who, sorry?
Cole Hewitson.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. He's hilarious.
To be fair, out of all the ones yesterday, I was wandering around the paddock as did you were getting the very story. He was the only driver actually to bound over and come over and say hello.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the others are antisocial, they're not, but he
shy.
made a point of, they're doing that, which is appreciated.
They're pretty shy. They're young drivers.
They are.
So,
they're learning the way, aren't they? Learning the social skills and everything else.
I think this should be going green.
We're not going to get long though, are we?
No, we're not.
5 minutes left, which is a great pity.
Yeah, it's a shame. I thought they'd got that cleared a little bit quicker, but yeah, the next lap I'm pretty sure we will be going green. So let's see.
The guys at the front are going to be happy because they're going to get relatively easier podiums. If there is such a thing.
With Lennon doing a good job, he's been quite quick in testing. He didn't qualify quite as well as he'd have liked, but he has been very quick. So I think he'll be safe there. Lindblom as well. He's been very quick, so I think he'll be able to keep his position. Might be even fight for the win with Lennon. But then you've got Wirral, who's also doing a great job. Jeff Hall and Langendonk, I feel like they're the two that are going to be scrapping all year for the championship. So they're next to each other. They're 4th and 5th. So let's see what happens there.
I was just wondering whether, Ethan Jeff Hall and Dries van Langendonk, 4th and 5th here, they're both going to want podiums, but they're also going to want to beat each other.
Absolutely.
So we've got this double thing going on. Teeth in, for goodness sake. Are either of them going to get on the podium? But who's going to win that battle between the two of them?
Well, Jeff Hall has got some unfinished business from yesterday because, he got the fastest lap. He did actually finish P2 on the road, but ended up finishing 8th, I think, with the penalties. So real shame for Jeff Hall and his team Argenti. Lights are out now on the safety car. Great safety car, by the way. Got to praise that Lotus Emira, which has been worked hard today.
It has. There we go. Lights out. Everybody's at home and ready to race here as we get going. 4 minutes to go. The safety cars have eaten into the race time, which is a pity, but we'll have plenty of track action over the rest of the season for you. All of our races being covered this year, including the Saturday ones on the stream. Here's Tommy Harfield looking to try and tee up. Look at Harfield's pace looked a lot quicker, didn't it, from the onboard than Ethan Lennon, just pacing them. He controls this. That's the absolute key here. Lennon controls them as they go through the chicane. Here they come from the start. He's got Scott Lindblom in the Red Bull car, ready to have a go at him. And look at that. He pulls out. He's going to have a go for the high, wide sweep as they go to Redgate. He's going to try and draw level. He can't quite do it. Good job by Lennon defending. But look at Wirral in the 3rd place car. Thinks about going down the inside, then wide to the outside, side by side for 4th and 5th as well. We've got to have eyes everywhere here.
We certainly have, as you can see there. Langendonk and Jeff Hall side by side. Langendonk is going to have the inside line going into Old Hairpin. Can Proudfoot Nalder go down the inside as well? No, Jeff Hall only loses 1 place there. But looking at the front there, you can see Lindblom made a great restart there. Now he's under a track attack from Wirral. You can see Wirral's going to go on the outside of Lindblom. Great move.
Lewis Wirral, look at that, round the outside. And Ethan Jeff Hall's coming back. At Van Langendonk. This is a real matter of pride for these two. This is championship potential. He gets a wheel on the dirt. Fair play for having a go. Faint heart never kissed a pig and all that. Here we come down the straight. Lennon's still there. The battle is very much on. Lindblom back in 3rd. Wirral senses a win here, Phil.
He certainly does. Yeah, that was a great move around the outside of Coppice on Lindblom. But who's this? This is Ella Lloyd, who's had contact with someone. And now we've got Lennon just about leading with a couple of laps to go. Wirral's gone to the outside. He's also got to try and stop Scott Lindblom. Is he going to do another outside move? He goes on the outside of Lennon, but not quite.
Stephen Hunter's going to be shouting and screaming this one. Who's going to get the run? The inside run is with the South African road-in driver. Here they come. He hangs on to it. Wirral's now got to defend from Lindblom, but they've got Van Langendonk back with them as well. This is absolutely fantastic stuff. Theo Palmer in the mix as well in the number 7 car is there. Then Ethan Carney trying to get back on terms where he was at the start. A little bit of respite for Lennon here as the battle now maybe developing and evolving for P2.
Proudfoot Nalder nearly went down the inside there of Langendonk, but now he's having to defend from Palmer. Palmer now gets down the inside through Coppice, so Palmer's made up a place. Let's see what happened here. This is Jeff Hall, who is coming back on. I think, that's Ella Lloyd and one of the, that's Alzabar, isn't it? That's
Jabba Alzabar, possibly.
Big lock up there for Nalder. As Carney's through, so Carney's got through as well.
Ethan Carney coming back.
Harfield just running wide there. He's made up some places, hasn't he?
Yeah, Harfield's going to get some points here. Probably might even be top possibly top scoring driver in the race, or equal top, making his way through. He's got Ethan Jeff Hall in 25 immediately in front of him. I think we're probably on the last tour, or are we going to get another one after this? They're actually a little way down the track, aren't they?
Yeah.
But Lennon's still there at the moment. Werrell in P2. Dare I say, it's calmed down a little bit at the front, but it's all going on. There is Carney coming under pressure from Proudfoot and Alder.
That was close, wasn't it? He went down the inside at Old Hairpin, but they still didn't make contact. Alzabar there is...
That's Hewitson, that one.
Hewitson down the inside there of Proudfoot and Alder. And then we've got, I think that's Jarrett Clark, his teammate, that's right behind. Let's see where we are with Harfield. Oh, he's going for a late move there, down the inside, going into the chicane. Oh, they still run side by side.
Jarrett Clark, isn't it, on the inside, having a good go. Jarrett's shown some real good pace, but loses out there, doesn't he, to Ethan Jeff Hall coming back.
Yeah, Jeff Hall managed to get through. Now, Lennon's managed to get away here, so let's see exactly what happened. Well, is dropped back now into Lindblom, and let's see if Langendonk can make another move to get on the podium, which is what I predicted. Hartfield getting this, a great slipstream there on Proudfoot and Alder. Jeff Hall just in front. Great move there again from Hartford. No, he's done it. Proudfoot and Alder's stayed in front.
We're seeing some cracking F4 racing. We've got a full season of this to enjoy. I cannot wait for the rest of it. It's going to be absolutely superb. Clock ticks down. Lennon out front. Werrell in second. Kim Lindblom and Van Langendonk. We predicted that it would bounce between those two before the season started as they run up towards Schwantz now. With Tommy Harfield, we're going to have to pick up with the leaders. Loads of battles going on. This is a very, very close one here, and it's a four-way battle.
Belofsky down the inside of Harfield.
Belofsky. Ballistic Belofsky going through.
Harfield's got it back though, I think. He's down the inside at Coppice.
They think they're doing it on the kart track again, don't they? They're bringing all that karting instinct and skill into F4. Final few corners. It's going to be Ethan Lennon, the South African, that's going to take the win. He's worked really hard for this one. Lennon takes the win. And what about that? It's Lewis Werrell in second position. Scott King Lindblom with a stunning start gets up to third. Dries van Langendonk from 12 on the grid is in P4. Then it's Theo Palmer in fifth position. Ethan Carney wrapping up the top six.
Absolutely superb drive from Lennon. He was under a lot of pressure there. He has to do 2 starts and 2 safety car starts as well. But that's a road-in win for both races now. So Langendonk won the first one. Lennon wins the second one. They're on fire, aren't they?
Yeah, okay. You know, it's been high-tech as overall champions the last couple of seasons. The racing guys are absolutely buzzed up about that. But that's why they won the team championship last year.
Exactly, yeah. Very consistent, always getting points with all their drivers. So, obviously, Ethan Lennon won the race with Van Langendonk in fourth. Obviously, Slater didn't finish, and neither did Ella Lloyd, but still good points for the team. Harfield, great job there. He ended up finishing 11th. There's that last lap. And Proudfoot and Alder there, is that?
Yeah, he's on the grass, yeah.
Yeah, something's happened there. I think the rear left has failed. So I don't know what's happened there, whether there was some contact earlier.
It's how they finished round 2 of the Wera Tools F4 British Championship. Ethan Lennon takes the win from Lewis Werrell, and Scott Kin Lindblom next up from Dries van Langendonk. Theo Palmer 5th ahead of Ethan Carney. Cole Hewitson 7th, so he's, I think, got in the points. Jarrett Clark 8th from Ethan Jeff Hall and George Proudfoot and Alder, who's still pulling up there. Completing the top 10. Tommy Harfield 11th, so great progress from Tommy. Kit Belofsky in 12th from Cameron Nelson and Henry Mercier. Then it was Mate Kovahidze from Leon Headforce. Jackson Walney 17th from Chiara Batig. Cash and Roman Felber worked together. Cash got ahead of Roman after his start from the pit lane. Cash 19th, Roman 20th. Peter Oriofsky in 21st from Josie Smith, and Daniela Sutton, I think, getting points there for places gained. Jabba Al-Sabah, 3 laps down, and problems for Ella Lloyd. Timo Jungling, Hani Sadiq, Alfie Slater, Adam Alazari, Vegard Clemetson, and Sun Anchu earlier on in the race. We were shortchanged a little bit with the safety cars that we had, but superb racing nonetheless in the track time that we saw. Championship standings after race 2. Dries van Langendonk 14 points clear of Theo Palmer. Jarrett Clark in 3rd. Joseph Smith 4th. Tommy Harfield in P5. Harfield not a bad start considering where he's qualified, but he's got more work to do. Ethan Lennon 6th from Lewis Werrell. And lots of ties on 10 points. Ethan Lennon, Lewis Werrell, Cash Felber, Leon Headforce and Cameron Nelson. Rookie Drivers' Championship, the overall championship leader, of course, heading that from Leon Headforce and Jabba Al-Sabah, with Mate Kovahidze also on 15 points. A duo on 14, Cameron Nelson and Piotr Oriofsky. Then it's Lewis Werrell from Jackson Wolney, Sun Anshu and Timo Jungling completing the top 10. Here's how they line up then for the third race of the season. Dries van Langendonk on pole, Theo Palmer alongside Jarrett Clark on row 2 with Ethan Jeff Hall. Joseph Smith on row 3 with George Proudfoot-Nolde. Then it's Cash Felber and Lewis Werrell. Hani Sadiq is on row 5 with Ethan Carney, Scott Kin Lindblom and Ethan Lennon completing the 6th row of the grid. Next we see the pairing of Cole Hewitson and Alfie Slater. Ella Lloyd back with us for a couple of races this season. Adam Alazari next to her. Java Al-Sabar and Vegard Clementson ahead of Mate Kobahidze and Roman Felber. Then it's Kit Belowski and Henry Mercier, followed by Kira Batig and Cameron Nelson on row 12. 13th row, Tommy Harfield with our onboard camera, Jackson Wolney next to him, Timo Jungling and Peter Oyoofsky. Then it's Sun Anshu and Daniela Sutton on row 15 and Leon Headfors completing our grid. Apologies to Oyoofsky.
Well, you do a better job than me than trying to say it.
We called him Orzechowski last year, and then the F4 gave us a nice video where he says it, and I'm still trying to get my head around that. But Oyoofsky.
Let's just go with Peter.
Piotr.
But yeah, let's see what Harfield can do in this race, shall we? We've got the onboard with him once again. He's had an amazing running in the first 2 races. Here we are with him on board now.
He's 5th in the championship. He qualified, was it
24th or 25th? And he's come through to 10th and 11th. It's amazing. So we do need to keep an eye on him on the onboard a bit more in this race, because he's obviously pulling off some mega moves.
I can't remember what I need to go away and look at last year's qualifying, but I think he's struck me. I think last year as being more of a racer. He did some good moves last year, and we'll be hoping for him to deliver much of the same this year. Lines up alongside Cameron, but we're going to go back to the front here. The lighting sequence is ready to go, and away we go. Langendonk gets away very well indeed.
Bad starters there,
Jeff
but Langendonk did an amazing job.
Was the slowest one, wasn't he?
Yeah, it looked like it. The Virtuos have come together. Proudfoot-Nolde has been wiped out by Clark, his teammate, so not good from Virtuosi at all.
Now, the question is, will that be a safety car? Possibly not. I think the cars are mobile.
He's got going again.
That's good news. Look how busy this is coming down.
Oh, look, big contact. That's Harfield, our onboard camera. Oh, it's going to go over. No, he's all right. He's all good.
Thankfully, he is okay. That's our onboard gone for the main race, which is a little bit of a pity for Tommy Harfield. And that underlines, he's 5th in the championship, but really a disappointing weekend for him because he wanted to be up the front. That's Jackson Wolney going all over the grass in the Fat Racing XL car. Yeah, they're going to need a safety car here just to get everyone calmed down again, and sometimes you get this mad momentum going on with races, and that needs to be sorted. Yeah,
with this many cars though, it's tricky. I mean, there's so many
mad in the drivers, just sometimes that energy is there and we've got to
absolutely
pull that back.
Absolutely. We can see here, I think that's one of the roading cars of either Lennon or Slater having a good battle there. Safety car is out. There's quite a bit of damage on some of these cars. You can see some front wing damage. Not surprising at all. Oh, this safety car's come out a bit late. Come on, get on with it.
Say it how it is, Phil.
Yeah, it's always. Yeah, Langendonk has done a good job there, just to back him up enough so that the safety car could get out. No idea why that was so late, but here we go. This everyone's safe. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened going down Craners. Obviously, that's one of them. That's one of the incidents. Clementson has, I think, he was sandwiched in the middle of a couple of cars. That must have been the Harfield incident, which obviously, as you can see, that's Harfield's car there with suspension damage. And the suspension damage is what's almost caused the car to roll there. I'm pleased it didn't, obviously. And it was a bit of a scary moment. I'm sure it was for him as it was for us watching.
Hope he hasn't damaged their camera. I am joking, Tommy. He's a great lad, Tommy. He's 17 years of age, as we ascertained when he came to media, and not actually learning to drive. A lot of the drivers, as soon as they get to age 17, want to do that. But let's have another look at the start.
So let's see. Jarrett Clark got a bad start. Proudfoot-Nolde got a good one. His teammate, as you can see, with the yellow helmet, he's now just unfortunately come across Clark. Clark did keep pretty straight, to be fair. They've made contact. Now let's see what happens further down the hill here. Coming out of turn one, there's a lot of argy-bargy. There's a lot of cars abreast there. 4 or 5 cars abreast. Harfield's trying to go down the middle, and then that's when we had the incident. Now we'll see exactly what happened now with our onboard camera. Again, he made an amazing start, didn't he? Got past Batig straight away. There's got past Belowski as well in the Fortec car. He's just seeing what's going on ahead of him, as a lot of people are locking up into T1. He's trying to stay out of trouble. He doesn't do the track limits on lap 1. He's got his teammate, one of his teammates, in further ahead. And oh yeah, big contact there, and he's actually hit his teammate as well, which I think was Mercier. And yeah, you can see how close that was, just to tipping over. Yeah, not ideal, not the start we were hoping for. Let's see again. Oh yeah, they're just 3 into 1 there. It's got a bit of a pinch point as they all start turning in for the first part of Crainers.
They'll all argue they had the line.
Well, they will, yeah. Unfortunately, they all have mirrors as well.
Yeah. So you're right. You have to feel for Tommy a little bit, but it comes back to qualifying, because if you're not that far back, then you haven't got the urgency necessarily on the start to try and get through as many places. And it's the best time, isn't it, at the start of the race, to try and go through. Belowski having some effective repairs done by the Fortec team to get him back out on track as quickly as possible. Don't know whether he will have. He probably won't have lost a lap, but he's lost a lot of time. And it's the top 10. I mean, with the smaller grids we've had in years gone by, it's not been easy to get into the points, but it's been easier to get into the points. But now you have a problem. You're stuffed for points now.
You are.
You're out.
Yeah. I mean, we thought that with Hartfield, though, not getting any points, but he's been proven us wrong by making such good starts. So, yeah, that's Clementson, isn't it?
Yeah, they've got Clementson.
He's not had a great weekend. So there's quite a bit of damage there. You can see the suspension is bent, the steering arm is bent, no front wing. So the guys at Argentia are trying to push it down the pit lane, but you can see it's not playing ball.
It's a fair way back, isn't it, as well? Because I think they're fairly deep in the paddock, so they've got a fair old amount of pushing to do. Let's go back to...
So Youngling, is it, in the JHR car? Well's got the front wing damage, so he's going to come in. Again, they should be able to get this done very quickly. The JHR guys will have practiced this, getting this front wing on, and he won't lose a lap then. So we're at 4 now. 4 cars having pit stops and got back out on the lead lap.
And this car got P2 in the partially reversed grid race.
Yep.
So first race was 30th, second race was 2nd, and now he's going to be, lower end of the 20s in this one again. So swings around.
That's speedy. That was
quick, wasn't it?
Yep. Well done to the JHR guys. So they've only just got down out of turn 1, so he should catch them up very easily. So as you can see, the marshals here working hard, making sure they clear this car safely. There's a bit of damage to that car, unfortunately, so the CDR guys are going to have to work hard before the next round, I think, which is at Brands.
Brands Indy, that's going to be fun, isn't it, with 31 cars? Qualifying's going to be...
God.
How crucial is the timing going to be on qualifying to get out at the right time, find space? That's not a lottery, but it's going to be some serious thought going into when people go out.
A lot of championships with big grids, they split qualifying now. They put half and half, 15 minutes each.
I don't think we've got the time for that, though.
No, maybe not, but it's something to think about if grids are going to stay this high.
And to keep everybody safe, maybe, as well.
Yeah, well, this is it. Yeah. It's they do it in Monaco in F3. They split the grids. They even do it in Monza, which is a much bigger circuit, just to sort of stop all the slipstreaming. But yeah, this championship on smaller circuits is new to all of us.
It is, yeah.
With this sort of grid,
have these numbers. It is great. It's a great problem to have. That's what we're looking to say. Van Langendonk, we know, won't be a slouch behind the safety car, because I think he's been in this scenario before. And a large crowd. I was asked over the lunch break as to who I thought was going to be a star of tomorrow, and I said, well, what can you do but say the youngster that's on pole position for this in the McLaren colours has delivered 100% so far this weekend. Yeah,
sure, certainly has. He went from 12th to 4th in race 2.
Yep.
With that, and that was with 3 safety cars and a red flag. So imagine what he'd have done if there wasn't that amount of safety cars. He was definitely going to be getting on the podium. But yeah, 4th place is very good, great points. And it's let's see what happens after race 1. The situation that we've got with the track limits everyone was complaining about it because a lot of people got track limits. Now we aren't sure whether there was an issue with the track limits because there were so many penalties. Because in race 2, and yes, there was less racing laps in race 2, but there was hardly any track limits. Now here we go. Safety car lights are out.
Yeah, here we go. Good to see Theo Palmer in P2 as well. This is going to be interesting to see what Palmer does, see what Van Langendonk does at the start. Joseph Smith in 3rd. Ethan Jeff Hall, my apologies to him, thought he's starting correctly. But it's Joseph Clark in 5th. And then Cash Felber, who's been having a reasonably strong weekend as well in the white and red Fortec car with green mirrors. But it's Van Langendonk now just looking for the right moment to go as they come down. He has gone, hasn't he?
Jeff Hall has been caught napping there in 4th. Or is that? Yeah, Jeff Hall is 4th. Yeah. Oh, someone's run very wide. There's a few run very wide there.
Smoke screen for everybody coming through, which is a little bit worrying. So 1 and 2 get away. We've got a challenge on. They said Jeff Hall was slow, but he's caught up.
Yeah, he has. And I think Clark ran a little bit wide there, coming through.
Smith actually is all over the back of, isn't it?
Oh, Felber! Cash Felber's run wide there, gone off. And now that's going to be another, if he can just gently try and pull away without light up the rears.
Tease it out, doesn't he, of the gravel. I'm not sure he'll be in that situation too often. Possibly another safety car, but Van Langendonk and Palmer getting away very well indeed. And we thought Jeff Hall hadn't done so well there, but it looks like he came out of that pretty well.
Yeah, I think he has in the end, hasn't he? Yeah, I think it was Clark that ran wide coming out of the last corner. That's Bradford Nolde who managed to get going again. He's made up some places, even though he got turned around going into T1 on the first lap. It'll be good to see Alfie Slater getting a result as well. He's in 12th at the minute. He's had a terrible weekend so far, but yeah, let's hope he can get some points in the final race.
So if we can, we saw Daniela Sutton actually having a decent race. We're 23rd at the moment with Oriofsky, a teammate who was there as well. That's Cole Gewitson and Lennon. Mr. Whippy, and Batic goes through. Yeah, Carney going through as well in the Fortec white and red car as well. Going, but look at this jostling film. I mean, this is F4 this year.
It certainly is. I mean, this is amazing racing. Obviously, there's going to be people running wide going through turn 1 because we have got 2, 3 abreast there. We don't want any more incidents going down Craners, and they've all got into single file once again. We were talking about Alfie Slater. He's getting right in the mix there. So he's probably moved up a couple of places in the Bayliss and Harding car. But let's just see what happened here. We didn't quite see, you can see all the smoke in the background, or the dust in the background, but that's even Jeff Hall trying to go on the outside of Smith, is it?
Yeah, he's Joseph Smith in 3rd place. We didn't quite see how Cash Felber went out. He did get the car at the gravel.
Good. That's
so good job.
No more safety cars. Someone further back there just running wide in one of the JHR cars going through Coppice, but let's see, is that Alazari there?
It is, yeah, the number 3 on the inside of 44, Matej Kovahidze. And those two having a good race of it at the moment, and they're just on the bubble of the points. They're 2 or 3 places away from getting into the top 10, which is where the points are. It's where the gold is in this championship.
Felber running wide there. That's Roman Felber. Yeah, he's just run a little bit wide coming out of the last corner. You got Slater down the inside there.
Ethan Carney, yeah, Slater past Ethan Carney, and Carney goes off onto the gravel. The Fortec car, I've seen a couple of Fortec cars in the gravel. To be fair to them, they both got it out and will race on.
Yeah, you've just got to realise when to give it up. If someone's down you inside, there's not a lot of point in trying to stick it around the outside, because there's only one way that car that's gone down the inside is going, and that's to the exit of the corner.
So good stuff going on in this race. Still Van Langendonk out front from Palmer, a little bit further back. As we look at Jabba Al-Sabah, we saw
that's a good move.
Smith, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good move from Jeff Hall there. Jeff Hall, he read that well. He decided to. It looks like that. He's not done it though. I thought he'd managed to get down the inside. Great bit of driving from Smith. He ran a little bit wide. Jeff Hall managed to get down the inside, but they've got some speed in that Bertiosi car.
It's running well. Scott King Lindblom, as they dice, will close in. He's in 5th position at the moment.
He's gone from the outside and he's thrown the dummy down the inside. Great move from Slater. He's fully past him there, and that's when Carney should have just rolled out of it a little bit, because that was Slater's corner.
Yeah, he's lost more time, hasn't he? From
big lock up there. That's one of the. Is that JHR? There's a bit of damage there.
Ella Lloyd, was it a McLaren livery? It looked like an orange livery. I wonder if that was Ella.
That was, yes. So Sadiq was the one that obviously lost his nose as he went down the inside. I'm not sure who he clipped though.
3rd and 4th. This is a great battle, isn't it, between Joseph Smith, who can really, for the moment, forget about trying to close down on Theo Palmer. It really is about these two.
Yeah.
And he's defending from Ethan Jeff Hall. Goes out wide here. He's going to go for the cutback and try and gain a little bit more momentum and chase up the inside line, which he's trying to do now. There might be more momentum on the outside for Joseph Smith, but Ethan Jeff Hall has got the line. Can he do it with an out-braking manoeuvre as they come down into the chicane? Yes, he does. Cool stuff.
Yeah, that was what he was trying to do in the lap before, as Smith has a big slide coming out the last corner, which is allowing Lindblom to get a run. He should be able to run past him there, but that means Smith has got the inside line. Lindblom, is he going to try and send it around the outside? No, he's not.
Jarrett Clark's closing up on them as well, so Jarrett recovering from his earlier issues, and that's what it's about, isn't it? You know, if you have an issue, just get your head down, crack on. He's been a bit of a star this weekend for me, Jarrett Clark.
Yeah, he certainly has. In fact, all the Virtuosi cars have been stars. They've been so fast, all qualifying inside the top 6. So great job from the team. But yeah, Clark qualifying on the front row. He's been a star so far this weekend.
So here we go, very nearly towards the second half of this race. Ethan Jeff Hall in P2 and Theo Palmer with the fastest lap of the race. So potential bonus point on for Theo Palmer. Still actually not that far behind the race leader, so we could still have a little bit of a battle. It's only half a second between first and second place. We flick back. There is Dries van Langendonk in the McLaren livery, with Theo Palmer closing in. Now Palmer moved over from the XL team for last year, and we were asked yesterday what's going to be a surprise. Well, it's a pleasant surprise seeing Theo Palmer right at the front. It
certainly is, yeah. He definitely showed some good pace last year, but he's really is going for it in this one, isn't he? He's chasing Langendonk down. He's obviously got the fastest lap of the race. As we see the 2 XL cars here running side by side as they go through T1, and again, you've just got to make sure you realise when to give it up. That's that Hewitson?
Yeah, and Al-Sabar.
Yeah.
Hewitson was having none of that, was he?
No. Hewitson was obviously with them last year. Al-Zabar has joined XL for this season, and he's giving it a good go, isn't he?
He is. Cole was saying it's one thing might have been better for him was to have another driver with experience. He's got 3 rookies with him, but he's now the sort of team leader, and everyone's looking to him, and he's giving him their experience. But he'll maybe get some experience off the others and shared knowledge over the course of the season. But at the moment, he's the old head in the.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And they are closing up, though, isn't it, for the lead?
It certainly is. It's looking good, isn't it? With Theo Palmer, he keeps setting the fastest lap after fastest lap, and he did it again. He's done another 5.2, but that's with a slipstream as well. Is he going to go for a move? Yes, he is. Down the inside,
Oh!
Wow, I was not expecting that. I was actually expecting contact for the pair of them, but Palmer has really tried to avoid hitting Langendonk there. Langendonk just kept his position. I honestly thought he was going to take them both out, but fair play to Langendonk for just holding position. But unfortunately, we do see that now and again. The car that goes down the inside ends up spinning, but he's just tried to nip the corner too much. It's a bit of a late move. I'm surprised he didn't lock up, actually. And then, I don't think they even made contact, did they?
Yeah.
That's a real shame for Palmer, because he has been showing some he's almost passed him there. Again, I've just missed if they actually made contact, but yeah, with that sort of pace that Palmer's been showing, he probably should have waited a bit longer, and now he's stuck, and now the safety car's out again.
That was
real shame.
That was nearly our camera car, wasn't it? So either way, we'd have had that camera car in the gravel as well as Tommy Harfield, or instead of.
Yeah.
Shame for Theo, and when I said it was a surprise seeing him doing well, and one of the reasons being we didn't get, for varying reasons, we didn't get the pre-season testing times for F4. And I'm not going to go into the reasons for all that, but normally I like to follow the sessions and see who's where. So would have perhaps known where he was, but it's certainly quick, and it's going to be that's going to be not a drop score, but it's one he's going to have to put down to experience now.
Yeah, he certainly is. It's that's a shame. Well, I think we were going to head for a pretty exciting finish there for the lead. But saying that, there's these two that I said would be racing hard all year, didn't I?
But they've got Leon Headforce in between them.
Oh yes, they have. Yeah. So Headforce, who I think he's been in for a mechanical.
Yeah.
I saw the black and orange flag for him. So yeah, he's had a front nose cone change. So Headforce, yeah, you're right. He's in the way, isn't he? So. Yeah, we'll have to see how that pans out. But yeah, Jeff Hall is going to have to very quickly get past his teammate, actually. So Headforce, being Jeff Hall's teammate, he's probably going to be told, let him through at the first opportunity you can get. But also make sure you get a run on Langendonk. So Headforce needs to go with Langendonk at the restart, so that at least Jeff Hall can go with him.
So there is Theo Palmer's car. Theo, you might remember, you won't remember the coverage because it wasn't ITV coverage, but joined us at Silverstone GP, which was that the second event last year or the third event? I can't quite remember, but it was early in the year because he wasn't of age to race. And in fact, he couldn't race on the Saturday, but raced on the Sunday, or day 2 rather than day 1. You can qualify. So he didn't even do a full season last year, Theo Palmer, but so not as much experience as the other second-year drivers. But yeah, good impressive stuff from him. And we know team to team, circuit to circuit, things will
change. Is that Sadiq?
I think it might be. Yeah, it's a JHR, isn't it?
Yeah, that's another JHR.
It's a rookie. We can see his yellow plate, but they're all rookies, aren't they? So, which doesn't particularly help. I think it might be Harney Sadiq. Yeah,
black helmet. Yeah, that does. I think that is Sadiq. That's 2 JHR cars out now. Cameron Nelson as well. So they're not having the best of the final race of the weekend. But look at Slater. I was talking about him earlier. He's up to P8 now. So he's done a great job. I think it was his birthday yesterday.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
oh, nice
or maybe the day before. I can't remember. But yeah, he's just turned 16.
There he is.
And yeah,
I was chatting to one of his engineers last weekend about, said, can you give us some stories about Alfie? And Steph Saw, who
ran him in juniors.
Yeah, that's right. And she was saying, actually, really great lad.
Yeah.
2 stories she gave me. One was to do with he had a brand new crash helmet, state-of-the-art crash helmet or something. He was told to look after it, left it in his car unattended, so they hid it.
Oh, did they?
And she said,
yes, I remember actually.
He had to use the billy lid for a while.
The plain one.
Yeah, yeah.
No paint job.
To teach him the lesson, apparently. But also, she said, no, he's a terrific lad. And like when she worked under the car, he would be there with her, chatting to her, and getting involved. Yep. And that's I love that about the youngsters that do make the effort to work with their engineers.
Yeah, no, exactly. He's a very funny lad. He's a bit of a joker in the paddock, and but he takes his racing very seriously. Let's see what he can do in P8, but that's a good start from Langendonk. And you've got Headforce who
moves over.
Yeah, he's moving over. Oh, he's coming to the pits.
Late, though, no,
yeah, that's not helped his teammate at all, really, has it? Yeah.
No, not really. Lindblom taking a different line, and Jeff Hall's coming under pressure from Josie Smith, who sweeps to the outside. All to no avail at the moment. So I tell you what, Jeff Hall could probably do without the hassle of this, because he wants to try and close down on Van Langendonk. From Langendonk's point of view, I know it's early days to talk about. We won't talk about this for the moment.
Smith's
still
done
side by side.
Smith's done it. Smith's got the inside line, so that was an absolute disaster for Jeff Hall. That's not what he needed whatsoever. Now he's going to have to try and repass Smith, but great driving from Smith, by the way. That was superb to time that perfectly, so that he's got the inside going into Old Hairpin. Now Lindblom's in this race.
Do you remember Smith telling us he got his tractor licence last September?
Oh, yeah.
It was a great one, wasn't it?
Yeah, he works on the farm with his parents.
Any driving is great driving, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
That was superb stuff from him. Great youngster, really, really good lad. He goes fishing as well, doesn't he?
Yes, yeah. He's a very old man in a young body there.
He'll thank you for that.
So let's see, have we got the Red Bull car of Lindblom trying to get past the Mercedes driver of Jeff Hall. That was going to be a late move, but he thought better of it, but now that's put him all under pressure and allowing Smith to get away, so now Jeff Hall is defending again. Is Lindblom going to try and go for the undercut coming out of T1? It looks like Jeff Hall's got this one covered, but he's lost a lot of time to Smith.
Ethan Lennon's coming up with this group as well, and obviously having scored well in the reverse sprint race with that win, so he's on for some handy points here as well. Lennon in 6th place. The other point scorer wasn't Ella Lloyd. Apologies to Ella. Ella is in 7th. A good drive from Ella Lloyd here in 7th place. Alfie Slater, who said in 8th. 9th is Cole Hewitts, and 10th is Adam Alazari. I thought we'd see more of Adam in this one. There is Ella Lloyd. I think possibly, talking about her mum was telling me yesterday 3 rounds of 3 events of the championship to kind of keep her sharp for the Formula 1 Academy this year.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's nice to see the F1 Academy girls coming over and doing a few rounds in the local championships. So her teammate in F1 Academy is Ella Stevens, who is she's just joined McLaren for the F1 Academy this year. So I think they get 2 or maybe 3 years in F1 Academy now. Oh, we've got the Excel. Oh, running wide, going down the last corner.
That's like overheads it, and there's a chain reaction almost, isn't there?
Yes, it's very bumpy out there as well, which unfortunately you get very airborne, and that doesn't do the underfloor any good whatsoever, and even can do some damage to the tub. So that's not going to help.
Al-Sabah with Alazari there. Al-Sabah on the right of shot as we look at the back end of the car. Meanwhile, we go Jarrett Clark. Very near in contact with Ethan Lennon, and Clark's going to recover. Thankfully, okay, and not colliding with anyone, but that could have been nasty.
Ella Lloyd gets the run as well, and she's going to get past her teammate, and Slater's there as well. So Lloyd moves. This is the 3 Rodin cars here, all fighting for, I think it's 5th place here.
Yeah, Rodin are getting some serious checkpoints here. Is it the top 2 cars that score in the constructors?
It is, yeah.
So they only get points for the top 2, but a very strong showing. So in terms of the race winners at the moment, we're just going to see Rodin.
Yeah,
sounds like Rawhide theme tune, doesn't it? The others have got a Rawhide after this weekend, I'll tell you. But Van Langendonk away. What's the gap? 1.4 seconds at the moment. Joseph Smith 2nd, Ethan Jeff Hall 3rd, and here's a replay.
Yeah, you can see just running wide there, and that's a big hit. And he'll feel that. He'll feel that big time. It's not nice, because you're sat literally on the floor of the of the cockpit. So yeah, we can see this is a replay of Ella Lloyd. And well, we got Roman Felber there running wide in the Fortec car out of turn 1. And you can see Lloyd's got away a little bit there. That's now Lennon and Slater who are fighting for 6th. Al-Azari there.
And Al-Sabar.
Yeah. Oh, it's very close, isn't it?
Youngling up in the mix. It's nice to see Youngling going well after his problems in race 2. So Timo Youngling in the number 2 car. Meanwhile, back we've got Cole Hewitson in the 33 getting stuck in as well, trying to have a go here at Alfie Slater. He himself is under a little bit of pressure from Joseph Clark. It's just action everywhere, isn't there, in this?
Certainly is, yeah. That was a big moment there for Youngling as he went through Coppice, but he's still got the run. And Al-Azari, as you can see, is this Slater there. Yeah, Slater's now under a little bit of pressure from behind. He's lost his teammate a little bit because he's having to defend from Clark and Hewitson.
Al-Sabar at the back of this one, and we've got Jarrett Clark looking to try and make the outside run here on Cole Hewitson, who's got the place that he wants to be at the moment. Forces the other car out a little bit wide. They're still side by side, but we've got Clark just very slightly ahead here as they come down through the crane and curves. Is he going to be able to pull this off? Cole Hewitson won't give him any room, and he's going to get the line, isn't he, into the old hairpin?
Yeah, but he's not giving up. Oh, he squeezed him wide. Yeah, that's a real shame for Clark, as he was running side by side for many corners there with Hewitson. But
and look how that momentum's gone, isn't it? And he loses about 3-4 places.
Yeah, it's a real shame for Clark. He was fighting well there and managing to keep it on the circuit just about. But yeah, there's not long left of this race now. So Langendonk is only 9 tenths ahead of Smith. But look at this further back. You can see we've got the 2 Fortec cars.
Look how crowded this is.
Belovski's just put his team out on the grass. Wow.
One more lap again. Van Langendonk, the way he's timed it, he's got to do another lap. He's there from Smith. Al-Sabar is on for his first point, championship point here, Phil. And he'll be pleased to go away with the point. He's in 9th position. No, he's in 8th position at the moment, Al-Sabar, in this great gaggle of cars where they're fighting over points. Oh! Job to know where to look, isn't it? Proudfoot Nolde having a look there at Lindblom.
Yeah, Proudfoot Nolde, he's...
I beg your pardon, it's Batting, not Lindblom that he was going for.
Proudfoot Nolde, though, he's come back up to 15th after getting wiped out at the into turn 1, do you remember?
Yeah.
Oh, big moment there as we come down the corner curves. Belovski is trying to get down the inside, but just doesn't quite have the momentum. Oh, and we run wide going through Old Hairpin. Now we're going to be 3 abreast as we come up to Coppice, McLean's. Who's going to get... Belovski's still got the inside line.
Yeah, Copperheadsy on the outside after his big wobble earlier on. We've got Ethan Carney in the mix as well.
It's Mercier that's just gone round the outside, and here we are, Langendonk once again.
Van Langendonk will take the checkered flag and makes it 2 wins out of 3. The 2 fastest off the front races are won by the Belgian. Joseph Smith 2nd, Ethan Jeff Hall, decent points on the board for 3rd. Scotkin Lindblom is in 4th place. Ella Lloyd in 5th. Great drive from Ella from where she started. Ella Lloyd then 5th place. 6th place goes to Ethan Lennon. Alfie Slater in 7th. Jabba Al-Sabar, first points of the season for him. I think most of the drivers in the championship are going to come away with points, either from being in top 10, but most of them places gained in race 2, and they're legitimate points.
Well, what a race that was, all the way through the field.
Yeah.
And this is the most amazing thing, is we're looking at 31 cars on the grid who are all battling for whatever position it is, and it's just incredible to have these sort of battles. They're so passionate about trying to get in that position, aren't they?
They are. It's the key thing for me, I said earlier on, you know, as we change circuits, sometimes the team's fortunes change, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen on the different tracks as we go up and down the country over the course of the season. It's going to be fascinating to watch. Let's take a look at the positions. Round 3 of the Wera Tools F4 British Championship at Donington Park, and it's a double this weekend for Dries van Langendonk, who wins by 7 tenths of a second from Joseph Smith. Argenti Motorsport are next with Ethan Jeff Hall, and 4 different teams in the top 4 places with Scotkin Lindblom in P4. Ella Lloyd is the 2nd Rodin car home. She takes 5th from Ethan Lennon and their other teammate, Alfie Slater. Jabba Al-Sabar for XL is next. Cole Hewitson 9th, Adam Al-Azari in 10th. Ethan Carney 11th, ahead of Timo Youngling. Chiara Batig from George Proudfoot Nolde. Lewis Werrell 15th from Kit Belovski. Matti Copperheadsy is next from Henry Mercier, and then Roman Felber and Cash Felber, the twins finishing together. Piotr Oriowski in 21st from Jarrett Clark and Jackson Waldney. Sun Anju in 24th from Daniela Sutton. Leon Headforce We saw a lap down and issues throughout the race for Theo Palmer, Harney Sadiq, Cameron Nelson, Vegard Clementson, and finally Tommy Harfield, our camera car, in the early stages of the race. So hard lines for Tommy. Championship standings as we head to Brands Hatch. Well, unsurprisingly, Dries van Langendonk, the championship leader, from Joseph Smith now in second, Theo Palmer third. Then it is Jarrett Clark from Scott Kin Lindblom, Ethan Jeff Hall and Ethan Lennon, Tommy Harfield eighth, Rob Lewis Werrell and Cash Felber. The rookie championship, again, the overall championship leader at the head of that with Dries van Langendonk, Jabba Al-Sabah second from Mate Copperhidze, then Leon Headforce and Lewis Werrell, Piotr Oriowski in sixth from Timo Jungling, Jackson Wolney, Cameron Nelson, and Sun Anju is in 10th place.